Okay, so we are almost at the end of SQL learning, but few of the things are still left. Actually, some database object. Actually, mainly we have focused on top of tables, as this is the basic structure or basic object for RDBMS. Okay, but besides that, we have view, store procedures, indexing. We can say partition, uh, materialized view. Lots of things are there, which are also in use for some of the business solutions or anything as per the requirement. So we just quickly go through on that stuff so that if you are just going ahead with that, what is view, what is store procedure, what is synonym, so that should be helpful for you. So basically, I have chosen those three to have a quick idea on that one and how to create on top of any table or any database. So that should be helpful. Okay. So just a quick question first of all, is there any I mean, point or stuck point that we can discuss till yesterday's session? Okay, hopefully no. So just let me cover those things. So as we can see inside a particular database, suppose Tetra Vault. Okay, so you can see those kind of stuff: tables, views, store procedures, functions. I mean, those are the basic one. There may be multiple things as well, just like for SQL Server databases. Okay, MS SQL Server, they are offering lots of things besides those kind of objects, but maybe some very minimal difference is there. But the basic thing is database view is one of the more important thing. So what is view actually? View on top of tables, maybe one table or multiple table. We can create some logic and we can use a DQL. That means a select statement on top of, I mean, lots of tables logic. Maybe there are hundreds of joins between tables that we have to do while doing the analysis. So we can do the same thing as a backend of a particular view definition, and we can call the entire thing in a single view. Okay, suppose the view name is view underscore student. Okay, in that particular view student, I can put the definition of joining multiple tables, choosing particular columns, and selecting a particular, I mean, conditional statement at the select side. I mean, of whatever we have learned till now on DQL, we can impose those stuffs and create a complex query, select query, and call the same thing as a particular view. So while using that particular view for analytics purpose or any other visualization tool technique, we can call that particular view. It should be calling those tables data as per the complex logic. Okay, so we do not have to put the entire stuffs again. Rather, we can just call the particular view name. So that's the difference only. Okay, let me show you with a quick example over here. So the simple logic is we can just type create view name. Suppose view name is what is our table name? Student. So I'm just putting view underscore student as select star from student. You can put any filter criteria or any where class equal class equal 3. I think 3 class was there. Okay, so this kind of stuff. So I'm just creating a view which is having all the student set having class 3, class equal 3. Okay, so this is the, I mean, good, I mean, I can, I mean, just here is a small example over here. I can make it a big one. If we have multiple tables to join, then put some filter criteria and all. So I can do everything over there and I can create this view. Okay. The view has been created. If I just put, let me just check it. It should be created under these views. Okay. Views section. Let me check. Select star from view student. Okay, I can see only that data set. So I do not have to put the entire stuffs. This is the thing. And one of the key point for view, the particular view does not, it's not been stored in memory with the physical one. As a table is having all the memory. If we are just keep increasing the records, the table should be occupying much more memory. Okay, but the particular view is not been stored anywhere as physically. It's only having the logic. So when I'm calling that view student, it's calling internally the logic only. Okay, so the memory is within the tables. View is not storing any data physically, so it's not been stored in hard disks with all kind of records. Rather, it's calling those tables only. This is one of the good question they can ask. So you have another one. It's called materialized view. So those kind of views are also storing the data as well. But for the basic functionality in our business organization or anything, we should be using view. You can see view only. Okay, but there is not such simple logic. There may be hundreds of joins over there based on business logic. There are multiple dimensions and facts. They are joints between each other, and thousands lines of codes are there to create a view. Okay, so the view is there. If anything needs to be modified, just you need to right click, alter view. Then you can see what is the view definition. Okay, so this is the view definition over here. Create view viewers. Those are the extra thing over there. No need to worry on that one. So create view. This view as the entire select query. Okay. So this is the concept of view. Going to the next topic. This is store procedures. Okay. So store procedures. Store procedures is we can sequentially put the DDL and DMLs as well. And multiple DDL, DML we can put one by another. And if we just call the store procedures, it's just like a programming language. It should be executing those particular command one by one. Okay, we do not have to create one thing, then another, then another. Execute the thing again, another by this way. We do not have to do that stuff. Store procedures we can create once, and we have to call the store procedures. When we'll be calling the store procedures, it should be executing internally and processing all the statements one by one. So we can process multiple statements by store procedures. Make sure the particular statement should be separated by semicolon, of course. Let me just quickly have a hands on. So how to create the store procedures? Let me create from here. Okay. So basic syntax should be create procedure. The procedure name should be here. Open brace, close brace. And there should be a begin statement and end statement. Within that, we can put the store procedures. Create or delete or alter anything. It's like, let me create table. As a sort, let me create a student backup again. Backup to or just like this. Ooh, okay. Make sure it should be separated with semicolon. Otherwise, when I'll be putting another statement, it will not be understanding that there is a end of the first statement. Okay. So I can insert more records just like okay, there are lots of columns we need to insert. Let me delete some records. Delete student backup. Okay. So this kind of stuffs you can put. So you can put multiple thing over here or based on particular business logic only. Suppose we can create it and we can run those things sequentially or on any particular periodic way we can run it. So this is a thing we can say automated way we can execute the statements by its own. Okay, so if I just apply it, what I'm doing, just I'm creating the thing, then I'm deleting class 5's result from there. Okay, or details from there. Okay, so this is a new store procedure. So how to call it? You can right click from here. Uh, okay, there is a simple statement call new procedure. So this is the way to execute it. Call new procedure. Okay, I have executed it. Let me check. Yeah, that particular table has been generated. Let me just check the data. Okay, I can see only 3 and 4 is there. Fifth class's record has been deleted. So this is the way, I mean, we can execute multiple statements at a single go, but it should be in ordered manner. So it should not be deleted, should not be executed at first of, I mean, creating of that stuff. Then that should be throwing the error. So by what way we are pushing the, pushing the statement, it will be running one by one as per the sequence. So this is the work for store procedure. Okay. Functions I'll not be going to teach you. It's just like the same, user defined functions, just like what concatenation we have just have an example. Concatenate is concatenating two strings or more than two strings. Okay. Over here, we can create new functions. I mean, those should be user defined functions. And the same function we can use on top of select query or any other SQL query. Okay. But that should be useful only for this my database over here. It should not be universal for entire MySQL database. Okay. Another one is indexing. Yeah, that is someone told me. Uh, what is indexing on that day? Maybe Deepti, correct?
Yes, Optic.
Yeah, indexing is mainly used. I mean, it's a bit, not the basic one. Just, as you told that day, I just put it over here. So it's not the basic one. Actually, uh, it's for the optimization purpose. Maybe when your project is in development phase, you have designed everything. But just like when you are just selecting the particular query or you are doing multiple joins and just enter or execute your query, you can see it took lots of time to fetch the data. If in enterprise it's having millions of records or billions of records in multiple tables, then joining and the other steps, it should take multiple time. So then indexing is a optimization process. So what indexing will do? Indexing we can do on top of any table, any database view. So just like in book, we can index to find the record or find a particular page quickly. So the same way we can put index on top of primary key or any other extra columns as well to find out our records quickly. Okay. So just like we can put some index operation on top of, we can impose some index on top of primary keys or more than primary keys. We can impose any other keys as well over here. Just like how to start with the, I already declared, I was trying yesterday, student. Okay. How to check the properties of the table? We can just right click on the table inspector, can see lots of properties for this table. What is the table size, how it's taking in the memory and all, everything. So what should be the SQL engine over here? It's InnoDB for MySQL. It's different for other as well. That should be helpful while if you are a DB and all, but just have a simple knowledge. Okay, so I created this ID index. It's top up on class and roll number. Okay, here you can see uh, foreign keys, triggers, partitions. Partitions is also this kind of stuffs. We can partition the column. This is a window function. We can split the thing why this should be useful while pushing the records or while loading the records inside the table. So this kind of partitioning thing should make it very fast for the data loading part or anything. Okay. But what is the indexing command? You can just create index name should be there. Suppose ID index one. I'm just creating for student backup. Create index name on table name. Within brace, you have to put what should be the column name. There may be multiple column names. Okay. Let me put first name as well. But usually that should be the primary key or the composite key for that table. Okay. I mean, based on that, we can quickly search on the data. If we are doing that particular indexing part, then it should be very much fast. We can see a lots of performance improve. I mean, for this improvisation, we check earlier the particular query is taking, I mean, maybe 20 minutes to have the data only. Okay. But nowadays, those kind of stuffs is taking within 5 minutes after indexing all the tables. I'm joining between multiple tables, maybe 10 tables. I have indexed all the tables and then I checked it and I found that the join is taking within 15. I mean taking it within 5 minutes to complete it. Okay. Generally, in business perspective, we are not, I mean, if the product, I mean, particular table is in production or it's in live, we are not using select query over there directly. Rather, we are using any store procedures, which is in automated way, populating one record, I mean, populating some records from one place to another place. Or maybe we are using some ETL tool. ETL tool I'll be coming later. What is ETL? ETL just it's extract the data from any source databases or any flat files or any other data system. We can taking the data from there. We are transforming the data and we are loading it to any target database system. Okay, so the ETL process is going slower if the optimization is not correct. Then that time we can see which particular intermediate table we can impose those kind of indexing part for the optimization purpose, and we can quickly do that indexing, and that should be really fruitful for us. Okay, you can search also what is indexing and how it is helpful for query optimization. Okay. There is some issue. ID column is not exist. Okay, let me check. Okay, there is no ID. Give me 1 second. Class is there. Roll number was there. Okay, it's executed successfully. Let me inspect the table, the backup table. Yeah, table inspector. We can search it. The thing over here. Yeah, we can see those are the thing. Over here we can also see what are the thing and how the indexing is there and all. So that is why indexing is working. Okay, it's very much important for performance optimization. We can drop the indexes as well by alter statement. Alter table name, drop index name. That should be ID underscore index one over here. So this way. I'm sorry. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes, Optic.
Okay. Sorry for that. I mistakenly have done this. Okay. Yeah. So we just covered everything. Not everything actually. The basic courses are, if you are new to the SQL, you should be having quite knowledge on SQL, and you can work a bit the basic things. But it's the main key things, and on top of that, you can do, much more things on that. So if there is any step point for SQL, you can quickly ask me over here. Otherwise, we can go ahead with Python chapter from today onwards with the basic part. Okay, hopefully no. So we'll be starting Python classes from today onwards. So Python is also a huge thing. It's not only for, I mean, data purpose. We can use a lots of purpose. We can use that particular stuffs and daily basis. I mean, lots of packages are, I mean, we have lots of packages, lots of libraries in Pythons for different functionality and all. So daily basis, we are receiving a lot as well. So that's why we'll be learning the basics at first, maybe 2 or 3 days. What are the separate different data types, class? I mean, it's object-oriented programming, so just we need to know what is class. Then again, the conditional statement, the looping part as well. Maybe 2 or 3 more days we'll be learning that stuff, and after that we'll be learning some days about. I mean, why we'll be using the Python as a data engineering part. Okay, so Python as a data engineering tool, we can say, rather ETL tool, we can also say. We can take the data from database and transform it and load it to another database. This kind of stuff we can quickly learn from Python. And as a data engineer, that should be our main motto, or that should be our main goal. And in enterprises as well, that should be using as well. I mean, that should be used over there. How to connect the database? I can control this database by from this Python. Okay, Python have that library. We just need to install some connector to connect NoSQL. Sorry, not NoSQL. It's MySQL. So this kind of stuff we can do, and we can control. We can manipulate the data from Python itself, and we can push the data again into MySQL. So this kind of experience we should be having maybe after 3 or 4 days, maybe next week end. Okay. So that is the main overall things we'll be learning at the Python side. So just a quick update, how to install Python and all, and what is Python if you are quite new. I think you all have aware what is Python actually. It's a programming language, of course, object-oriented programming. And for the basic thing, how we can install it, we have this link, python.org. We can quickly just go through it and we can have the latest version. Okay. Downloads, we have Python 3.1.1. So if you have Windows, then you can just click on there and you can quickly install it. If you do not have Windows, you have Mac or any other OS, then just click on there, which one is you should be having, and try to download it and install it. Okay. After installation is completed, just just put a command in your CMD, your command prompt, Python keyword. Okay. It should be showing you the version that you have installed, Python, that version. Done. And you will be aware that it's been installed successfully at your site. So Python is been installed. I have the old version. I have installed some days ago. That's why. Okay. So what is Python? Python is of course an interpreter. So we can type high level languages there, and that should be interpreted into machine level language, and machine will be understanding that code and executing on behalf of us. Okay, this is a simple fundamental thing. I have a key, flowchart of that. So high level language, interpreter, machine level language, machine will throw us the output with high level as well. As per our wish, we can check the thing at high level. From machine side, machine is the calculating part, as they are doing it much more faster than human brains. So yeah, Python, that particular interpreter that just we downloaded, that interpreter should be written in some basic language, maybe C. Whatever we are downloading over here, that is the interpreter only. That's the internal code should be C. That, but uh, Python, entire thing here getting as a object-oriented program. And over here, for learning purpose, I'll be suggesting an IDE to install. Okay, so I have installed PyCharm at my side. So I'll be preparing the same thing because I have found that I mean most of the enterprises over here who are using Python, they are choosing PyCharm for their daily basis programming activity. Okay, so this is this kind of query window you can see, and those are the Python files. You can quickly type and work accordingly with the Python code and all. Those are my own. I was just checking with some math functions and all. So we'll be learning from here. So this is the ID where you can write the code and debug the code. We can check the output. So this is called PyCharm, the JetBrains tool. So I have the link over here. Both of the link I'm just pasting it if you are just going to install it today. It's also simple. Just go to the link. You can check whether it's for Windows or any other OS you need to install. Choose the proper way and install it quickly. Okay. You can also, I mean, although if you have do not have the ID is just like if you have any issue, they can help you with the underlining part and all. The indentation should be good for Python. I'll be coming what is indentation and everything, but ID has its own power. It should be helping us with the class names. If we have any typo or anything, it should be quickly help us. Okay. We can run the stuffs from the Python itself over here as well. From here, just like from command prompt, I put Python. I can type print hello world. Print hello world. Print hello world. What is the issue? Uh, Missing semicolon there. Yeah. Not. Yeah. This is a string data type. I'll be coming what is data type and all. So string data type, obviously for just like SQL, we have to put a quote, single quote or maybe double quote at the end or at the beginning. So this is a mandatory one for string data type. So that's the issue I was receiving as I forgot to put it. So can get this kind of output. It's like you can print anything just like 4 plus 5. Okay. So Python interpreter is doing that thing. So it's very simple program. We can do this thing in this way, but this is not ideal approach. The ideal approach should be always IDE because we are going to learn, we are going to type lots of codes and want to run at a single go. But that is not helpful for this kind of stuffs. But just to have you basic knowledge and can also learn run in this way. Can create a Python file over here. It's like open a txt file, print the same thing, print. Okay, just save it as .py. In the same day 7 new .py. Okay, all files, save it. Yeah, that particular file I just created. So take this path. Copy as path. Okay, I can get entire path location. Just like desktop data engineering courses day 7 new.py. Open a new command prompt window. Let's put Python. Put the same path what we have just copied. So it's C user, Dropbox PC, desktop, data engineering. Okay. So I put it. It's printing the same one. So this is another good way. Actually, I can put everything in a single file. The file should be big. or anything, in anything just like this, or rather, I mean, this thing we can do, but what we can do, we just have to taste everything, the big programs and all. We can save it in .py file, and then we can schedule in this way. We can, maybe I am running a job, ETL job, that should be storing data from one database to another database. So those big programs we can put in a single file, and that can be run from, that can be called from Windows scheduler. Okay, we have scheduler as well from Windows, from Linux there is cron tab or any other. So those kind of thing can be scheduled. That should be from CMD itself. I mean, the same thing they will be calling internal. So this way we can also learn it or run it at our own way. But as of now, all the things will be running from here in just IDE. So whoever doesn't have that IDE, please install it at your system and try to just run this way. So while doing the thing, anything you can just put file, new project, or new scratch file. You can also put scratch file, choose Python file, and give a name to this Python file. Just like scratch.py. Okay. Okay. Just I have lots of files. I'm just working in that same thing, just same code again. Print. Okay, I can omit the bracket should be there. Okay. Test 2, I have to choose drop down which Python file I want to run. Test 2. This one itself. I have lots of tab open. Sorry for that one. So execute this thing. Yeah, the output console should be here at the below, and it should be returning you the result in this way. Okay, it's very simple. I have 2 or 3 more things I'll be just quickly cover. Next onwards, we'll be going ahead to the details of the data type. What are the data types and all? Yeah, data types things we have here. We have this kind of data types: integer, float, boolean, string, list, tuple, set, dictionary. The last 4 is very much useful for the data engineer student, data engineering purpose. We need to learn properly what is list, tuple, set, dictionary. I'll be coming this thing later. Integer, float, I think we are aware. Integer is, it should not be floating point, should not be having any floating point. I mean, no point or decimal places. Float should be having this thing. Boolean is true, false, this kind of stuffs. String is, I mean, character, just like hello world, it's a string itself. How to check the thing? Let me show you. To check the data type, we can put this function. Okay, type. Type is an inbuilt function. Just enclose the thing with type. I'm running it. So it's having class equals string, str. Okay. Same thing. Okay, four is I mean having enclosed by a whole, I mean inverted comma. That's why it's recognizing it as a string. Just let me remove the inverted comma and run it. It is an integer. Okay. If I'm just dividing it 4 by 3, actually the resultant should not be an integer. So it is a float. Okay. So those are the things, and the list tuple things. There is a separate class. Maybe day after tomorrow. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday. Tuesday, or Wednesday. List tuple dictionary. We'll be learning the things one by one. We'll be going at what are the different methods or different functions can be applied on top of list, tuples, and all. And yeah, what are the things left for today? Okay, what is Python variable? Till now, I'm directly working in the print on top of any kind of operation, but generally we should not having, should not be doing that stuffs. Rather, we have to take the variable. Just like variable should be any keyword, but some naming convention should be there. It should not be starting with any numerical value. Underscore, I mean, any specific symbol we should not be using except underscore. Okay. So this kind of naming convention we need to follow. Just like follow a equal 5, 4, b equal 6 or 7. So a, b, those are the variables. Okay. Nothing to put in front of a or b. No need to uh, I mean declare in var or val, this kind of keyword. If you are using Scala or any other programming language, you need to use var to assign it's I mean it's a variable to know the system. It's a variable. We have to put in this thing. We have lots of language. They are using their own convention. But in Python, nothing to do. Just take the variable name, equal sign, assign a value to the variable. Okay. Then we can do anything. We can do I can declare another variable which should be storing summation of a and b. This kind of stuff we can do our own way and print p. Okay. So and this is called variable a, b, p. So that's a simple thing. We'll be checking that thing later when we'll be deep diving our code. Okay. So I think yeah, the rest of the things, I mean, we'll be have an entry on the Python from starting from the Monday onwards, 2 or 3 days for the basics things, and another days for the other day should be for data engineering purpose. We'll be learning Python. I mean, for specific libraries just like Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib for plotting. We will be just going ahead with some analytics for part as well. Okay, graphs and charts. So there we are using Matplotlib, that particular one. So till now, any doubt? Any doubt on SQL thing or anything at your side?
Difference between normal file and scratch files optic. Any do you have any difference?
Normal file. Let me open. I didn't. Let me check. Yeah, file where we can just in file we just have to put the file name something.py. Okay, we need to put
Yeah.
the extension name or and this is JetBrains software. Actually, Python we can use other extensions files as well, not only Python. But Scratch file it should be directly going to .py. I mean only Python file.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Can we write a program like it need to ask us the number and then it should do the sum?
yeah. That will be going ahead. Maybe next day. There we should be using some function. It will be
Mhm.
asking for some number, then you will be adding it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There are some tweaks on that one. That's why I'll be covering that thing maybe Monday or maybe Tuesday. Some typecast should be there and all. Because what I'm pushing, I mean, getting from input, that should be in another format. I need to convert it. So this kind of, yeah, I have the plan on that one. So Monday or Tuesday onwards, we'll be learning those stuffs. Okay. And we'll be
Okay.
going ahead with some detailing part with each of the data type. So first 2 days or 3 days, it should be very much basic. After that, the next 3 4 days will be totally learning on top of data engineering only. Okay. The first day's classes are for, for syntaxes and everything. So that if you are going ahead with any large code or any other thing, then also do the image processing part on top by using that Python and just like I'm using any other project over here with some complex calculation. Okay. So if you are aware of, complex number, imaginary and real number. Okay. I'm going ahead with amplitude. Those are the permittivity of a particular antenna and all. So lots of maths function, cosine and all, everything I'm just doing ahead with the steps. So just learn the basics, then everything should be very much fine. You need to know proper library, and it's not a tough thing for Python. Quick, I mean, it's very quick. I mean, just basic you need to learn properly. And then if you have some knowledge, you have to incorporate particular library. You need to know, I mean, what library you just have to use and all. So you just have to import this thing and use that particular function from that library, and you can go ahead with very quicker way for any real life applications or anything if you're working on. So this is the thing. So let's go ahead the things one by one from Monday onwards. Okay. See you then the next week.
Thank you, Saptek.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks everyone. Happy weekend to all of you. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Bye
Happy
bye.
weekend. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye.